Is it possible to turn a $180 budget deer rifle into a precision target driving beast? My name is Kenny. I run the Eagle Eye Shooting Channel. We're going to do a little series, something I've always wanted to do, and show you guys what makes a difference if we could turn a small budget rifle, something like this is a Mossberg 100 ATR, picked it up for 180 bucks, and see if we can make this a target precision shooter. Today we're going to try pillar and glass bedding, and we're going to see if it actually makes a difference on a typical walnut stock. Later on down the future, I'll be doing some more mods, like adding a muzzle brake and all that, and eventually changing out the barrel. Well, I hope you guys stick around for this series. Stay tuned, and we'll test out today if glass bedding and pillar bedding makes a difference. First of all, I need to establish a baseline accuracy of this rifle. I'm going to be shooting 2 5-shot groups and see what this does using a factory nozzler load data. One inch and 869 thousandths. Not a good group at all, but we'll use this as a baseline test. Now for the pillar bedding, I went to Tractor Supply and picked up these zinc steel spacers. These are 1/4 inch by 1 inch spacers. Now these steel spacers are exactly 3/8 inch diameter, so I end up using my drill press, making sure that my stock is level, and drilling out the action screws. It's recommended to actually JB weld these pillars in place, that way it doesn't move. On the front pillar, I even filed it down to match the profile of the action. So since this rifle uses a plastic bottom metal, I'm using these zinc washers to help give more rigidity and give a better flat surface area for the action screw. Now for the glass bedding, I picked this up on Amazon for 28 bucks. It's the Acraglas gel from Brownells. And before applying the glass bedding, I used my Dremel tool to scar up the surfaces and give a nice little area for the glass bedding to adhere to. The use of Play-Doh and masking tape keeps the Acraglas glass bedding away from areas that you don't want it to be in. Now included in this kit is some release agent. It's kind of like a really thin blue nail polish. And according to the instructions, you want to put 2 light coats and also put some inside your action screw threads. Mixing the compound and the hardener, it is recommended by instructions to mix it for 2 minutes and then add the dye to match your stock and then mix it for another 2 minutes. From here you can place your action into your stock firmly and tighten down the action screws. You don't want to tighten down too much, just enough to keep it snug. And make sure you clean up any of that bedding compound that seeped out the sides. Makes it a little easier to clean up. So that wasn't too bad. From here, all I got to do is hurry up and wait approximately 10 hours. So it's been 16 hours. I think the bedding seems hard enough to take the action off. Let's see how this thing turned out. Sucker is in there. Man, took a lot of persuasion on that one. As you can see, some of the release agent is actually on the bedding itself. but that turned out pretty damn smooth. There's just a little bit of a nub right there, and that is due to the little piece right there. I forgot to put Play-Doh in it, but you can see the barrel lug there. Pretty well defined. So let me go ahead and clean this up, get all the tape off, and I'll show you what it looks like afterward. Well, fellas, there it is. How to do a little bit of grinding in the mag well and get some of the lip off of the front where the recoil lug is. Overall, product is very, very smooth. There is a couple voids like right here, but I'm mostly worried about right here. All this is nice and smooth. That's just a little bit discoloration, but it is a pretty tight, pretty flat and smooth bedding job. So only thing else to do is put it back together, take it out, and see if there's any kind of improvements. Okay, so the action is back in the stock, and it is a very snug fit. It took a little bit of persuasion with the mallet to get back in there. But last but not least, let's check to see if the barrel is free floated. Take a regular ordinary dollar bill, fold it in half, and we're gonna make sure we can easily slide all the way down the stock to the barrel lug, which we can, as you can tell. And as suggested from Uncle Jim, you're gonna want to put a little bit of preload on the actual bipod itself. So let's go ahead and push down on it a little bit, and you can see that barrel is nice and free floated in this action. And this action is nice and tight. There's barely any movement. So I think we're ready to go. I'm going to mount the scope back on, take it out to the range, and we'll see if the groups did improve from a 1.8 inch group, which is not good at all. We're going to use the same load as recommended by Nosler, using Hodgdon 4895. Retest that and see if that improved anything. So let's get out to the range. I'll see you guys out there. So does the pillar bed and glass bedding, the stock, make a difference? We're going to find out. Today's range conditions are exactly the same as far as temperature, wind, and time of day as my last 10 shot groups when this produced a 1.8 inch group. So let's get to it. We're going to be shooting the same load. I haven't cleaned the rifle or anything, so nothing has changed at all. We're going to do 2 5-shot groups, and hopefully it stayed zeroed. So here we go. These are loaded up with Starline Small Rifle Prime Brass, CCI 450 primers, 39.5 grains of Hodgdon 4895 with a 180 grain Nosler boat tail ballistic tip bullet. So here's the first shot. Not sure where that landed on target. Let me go check it real quick. Okay, we're on paper. Looks like it landed at a 6 o'clock position. I'm gonna go for bullet number 2. Alright, let's go check out the target. First 5 shots. Looks like I got a lot of vertical stringing. That was shot number 1, and then I'll have to review the others, but you can see everything is stringing up. So let me make sure everything is nice and tight on the rifle before I shoot the next 5 shots. Well, everything seems to be really tight on the rifle. The action screws are nice and tight. So is the scope.
So no, we'll go for another 5 shots and we'll see the kind of group we get in that one. All right, here's the last 5 shots. Not looking good at all. I'll take that back and do a measurement, show you guys a comparison of before and after, and see if there was any kind of improvement whatsoever. Looks to me like maybe the harmonics changed a little bit now that the barrel is 100% free floated and more rigid action. So maybe a little bit of load development might work, of course. And that's what we're going to do. All right, so here is a quick little time lapse of some load development done with IMR 4064. I've done this in the past, starting out at 38 grains, and then we're going to go up to 38.3, then 38.8, and finally 39.3. I've done this load development in the past, and the best groups I was able to get was about 1 inch. So we'll retest that today and see if that improved at all. Well, that's a better group, I think. Start off with 38 grains, and we're sitting around 2180 FPS for that bullet. Pretty slow for the 308, but we jumped up to 38.3, and like last time, this was the best group. It gave me actually about 1 inch group, and here today there is a really nice tight 3-shot group right there. 2 flyers, and that's pretty impressive to see. That one was around 2230 FPS out of that I believe it's an 18-inch barrel, so that is not bad. I'm pretty happy with that group. I'll see if I can up the velocity around 2300. So then we jumped up to 38.8 grains. Group opened back up. There's a 3-shot group here, and these 2 flyers there. And the last group of the day is 39.3 grains, and that didn't give us a group at all. Still better than the nozzler factory rounds of the Hodgdon 4895. The rifle seems to be showing some improvement, not drastic improvements, but some improvement with the glass and pillar bedding, and my chrono numbers seem to tighten up as well. I'm getting around 11, 12 standard deviation numbers. So a little bit more load development in the future. I believe I could tighten this group up. At least I know that this rifle can be a shooter with the right round. Well, folks, there's the results. Nothing hidden. That is exactly what happened after I glass and pillar bedded this rifle. To me, I think it made a little bit of improvement. Nothing too drastic, but I was able to get down and get pretty good 3-shot groups, a couple little flyers on the load development at the end, but it is showing promise. So I am going to say that glass bedding and pillar bedding, it has been proven in the past to work for some people. Today it seemed like it did improve it. I was hoping for a little bit better groups, but that's the whole point of this testing, right? So folks, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Stay tuned, there is going to be more on this series. The next thing I'll probably be testing is a muzzle brake, a clamp-on style from Whip Machine. And we're going to see if a little bit of added weight to the barrel tip, kind of like what Johnny's Reloading Bench did with his lump muzzle brake testing and harmonics. We'll see if that improves the group. Later on down the road as well, we're going to be ordering a Timony trigger and also a cheap pad, weld, and a better scope. Like I said, step by step, we're going to test all the theories and see what actually makes a difference for long-range shooting. Kind of funny, you know, I meet a lot of people out there that really swear by buying name brand stuff. I ain't gonna lie, you get what you pay for, but sometimes you just overpay. So I find it kind of amusing to get a rifle that is competing just as well, if not better, than some of the folks out there who are name brand orientated, aka gun snobs. So I'm just an average Joe, just want to show you guys what works, and hope you guys enjoy this series. Well guys, thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around. As always, stay safe, keep the steel ringing. I'll catch you guys on the next video.